In this game, you can rob a bank, fight with the police, and get sent to prison. After cleaning the toilet with a fork, you'll break the wall with a spoon. You can invite your gacha character home, undress him, and poke him on the bed. A subscriber got us into the NTE beta, a Genshin GTA, though Ananta, another Genshin GTA announced earlier with incredible visuals for a mobile cross-platform game, overshadowed it. NTE is expected in 2026. At the moment, Anante's quality remains uncertain as there is no definite release date to confirm its credibility. Currently, the NTE has entered the closed beta phase. The game appears to be fully prepared for release, boasting support for multiple languages. I was pleasantly surprised by this development, indicating a potential launch in the near future. I think they will announce the release date soon after the test. So NTE will be the first Genshin GTA to launch, and we'll figure out how it plays right now. The classic start. Choose the main character, boy or girl. Very standard, stereotypical heroes. In the game world, people coexist with anomalies, otherworldly forces that can possess any creature or object. There are both evil and good anomalies. For example, there are phone booths that can be used as teleporters. People still use transport because these booths are unstable. And some people possess superpowers. They are called espers. And first, they show us the city of New Helios. It all begins when some ultra-dangerous hydrate anomaly appears in the city, and a squad of cool espers is sent to eliminate it. In the thick of things, a squad member finds our main character, who knows neither his identity nor his past. By his power and how the anomaly reacts near him, we realize our main character, oh my god, is special. So the power of the supernatural in the main character's gaze means he will work for some organization that fights against evil anomalies. And then we head to Ether. I didn't quite get if it's a separate city or part of the city of New Helios. They suddenly introduce an ultra-active, social girl, then place him with a group of crazy special espers called Anomaly Hunters. Right away, we'll deal with anomalies, explore the city, and remember who we are together with them. The graphics, visuals, animations, and cutscenes are quite good, which I enjoy. Even in normal talks, the characters act livelier and more active than in other gacha games. They pack the narrative and cutscenes with an abundance of gags and buffoonery, dialing the silliness way up. It often comes across as extremely juvenile and entirely implausible. Maybe Chinese players like it, but compared to other gacha stories, this narrative style really stands out here. Now let's explore the world and what you can do in the city of Eterna, which we will be exploring at the start of the game. The city itself is divided into many areas and districts, and the city looks unique in different parts. That is, it's not just continuous, identical buildings. There is a prison, a stadium, a school, a market, a central street, a square, a district with suburban houses, cafes, entertainment venues, skyscrapers, and you can enter all shops and many skyscrapers without loading. Also shopping centers, billboards, ads. Houses look different everywhere. You'd probably have to try hard to find matching ones, but it would take effort. Just look at how many cafes and small shops are in just one district. A bakery, a laundry, a pet store, a bar, a bookstore, a furniture store, and so on. And you can go into each one and buy something. And this is in all districts. The selection isn't huge, and many shops are just for show, but it still livens up the city. There's a train running through the city that you can ride. You can also take a bus ride. It may seem unnecessary as you won't use it all the time, just for the occasional ride for fun. However, as a small detail, it adds depth to the world and makes it feel more vibrant. Similar to in Genshin Impact, we have the ability to scale the sides of skyscrapers, execute slight movements while jumping, but running sideways remains conventional. But there are characters with interesting abilities. For example, the first event gacha hero, Anomaly, can run on walls and even on the ceiling, and with the gyroscope camera it feels amazing. She's worth getting just for this. Just like in Genshin, we can effortlessly glide on the glider. However, the variety and uniqueness of these gliders surpasses that of Genshin, offering more than just wings in different colors. During rainfall, NPCs shield themselves with umbrellas as they move through the city, their reflections visible in puddles while drops dot the character's surroundings. Following a typical side quest, there are some excellent ones available here where you can witness the snowfall right in the heart of the city. In the city parts themselves, you can see some scenes where local anime heroes are fighting. You can meet a street musician. In general, there are many decorations to enrich this world. The very first territory is smaller compared to Genshin, but the metropolis itself is detailed. Not just large fields or uniform houses, but every district is specifically elaborated, which is interesting to explore. And when you run around it, you get the feeling of a more or less living city. NPCs come in a variety of forms. Each one is unique in its own way. Some serve as purely decorative elements that block your path, while others can be slightly pushed aside. Pedestrian NPCs can be passed through, activating a pushing animation when collided with during walking. And when we drive over them in a car, an animation activates where they try to jump away, but then all NPCs stop having a physical body. Nonetheless, at this point, you accumulate a small, very small amount toward the police meter. To properly fill that meter, you must begin assaulting vehicles and bystanders. If you strike a car, occupants will flee from it. Climbing into a car without permission earns police stars. We don't harm passers-by. Before long, a police officer shows up and uses an electric stun gun on us, causing periodic damage. It was a shocking experience. We also can't properly beat up the police, apparently because of Chinese laws. But after some time, koalas will arrive in flying cars. They have those working in the police. Now we can beat them up. And thus, having earned 4 stars, the level 99 executioner machine attacks us, which perhaps later, after leveling up, we can defeat, but for now it easily takes us out, and after defeat we end up in prison, which is located on a separate island. Here we can immediately pay fines to get out, or serve time in prison following the schedule. In prison mornings, work details mean cleaning or washing dishes. If you play a woman, you go to the women's prison. During lunch, consider taking a spoon surreptitiously. Afterwards, you can stroll around, voice your grievances, and visit the medical center. I didn't quite understand the reasoning behind it. Within the prison, there are mini tasks to complete. Locate 5 bars of soap and gather various items. Afterwards, discreetly use a spoon hidden behind the posters to attempt breaking through the wall. The spoon ended up breaking when I tried to use it for the first time. Since I couldn't manage to find a replacement on the following day, I decided to give up and accepted to pay the corresponding fine. In the city, you can ask to confiscate a car on the road, but they might refuse and tell you off. But if you take someone's parked car without asking or start hitting a car and the driver runs away and you take their ride, this will raise your wanted level, or find a character who will agree to lend you a car. Then our friend shows up, appreciate them. Apparently she works for that organization and has the right to confiscate cars. So, just like in Cyberpunk, we'll have our own fleet and can call our own cars. Initially, we will have a simple red scooter, and then we can buy other rides in various showrooms around the city. I checked separately. In the city, you can demolish various obstacles, there is destructible environment, and the car also takes damage, and external damage. Scuffs and scratches are visible. A bumper falls off, a windshield crack, the glass might break out, or a side door. Furthermore, in contrast to Cyberpunk, your vehicle will stay in disrepair until you address the issue. The necessary repairs can be carried out either at a dealership or in the convenience of your own apartment. Besides repairs at the dealer, you can customize your car, change the color, or add graphics. But there are also unique paint jobs based on characters, which you can get from some quest or win in the gacha. You can also install a spoiler on the car and also upgrade its characteristics for money. Installing cooler exterior parts doesn't show visually, but it will be necessary for completing races. I am separately pleased that you can switch to first-person view and enjoy driving inside the car. You can run around the city in first person, but fighting switches to third person. You can still do parkour, run on roofs, and glide. You can change the music in the car. Music is sold in music stores. Some songs are in one store, others in another, because the city has many music stores with a big selection. There are also groups of thugs scattered around the city. We either just destroy them, or after destroying them, we need to bring the car they stole to the nearest police station. In exchange for completing tasks, we receive currency that can be redeemed for rewards at police stations, including gacha currency. Additionally, you may come across bots, teleporters, and Archon statues in the area. Interacting with them reveals map sections and heals you, but after activation, you can't interact directly anymore. Rather than collecting orbs, we attract a multitude of crows throughout the urban area. They are abundant, frequently taking the place of treasure chests. There are no chests in this area. Instead, we exchange orbs with the alluring witch nearby in order to gain benefits. Not only does she provide us with perks, but she may also disclose valuable locations. A fantastic new feature of exploration. We come across anomalies in the alleys of the city. Every anomaly has its own number. It's like a secret file or an SCP anomaly. Each one is unique. Often, you just have to defeat some kind of evil spirit, like a plush Slenderman toy or a cardboard castle, but some anomalies surprise you. Cubes appear from air you must parkour over. Through the TV, you enter a strange school where ghosts chase you out of sight. In the city hospital, a peculiar man catches our attention as he stares at the wall. Talking to him unexpectedly transports you to an eerie, deserted horror hospital. The chilling atmosphere in this place is truly haunting and unsettling. There is a puzzle anomaly where, to get to the top, you switch planes, making it a puzzle platformer. And it's not as easy as the puzzles in Genshin. You even have to sweat a bit. Separately, at the real estate agency, we will be required to purchase several apartments. Initially, of course, we'll buy the cheapest one. But for development and leveling up your tycoon rank, you should still buy apartments later. The little apartments are really impressive. Here you can place the furniture you get from various tasks or buy in stores. By the way, arranging the furniture is quite easy and convenient. You can display figures in a showcase and collect figure sets there. The game features authentic gacha machines containing figures of different rarity levels, some of which are available for purchase. Players have the option to collect, gift, or display these figures in their cafe. There are peculiar artifacts in the apartments as well. Different apartments might contain different artifacts, which which you can upgrade mainly by destroying anomalies. They offer appealing bonuses. The hamster gives Tetris pieces to boost the character's abilities and performance. Provide the butler with a restricted amount of resin. In return, he will supply resources outside of the dungeon to enhance artifacts. You have the option to park all your vehicles at the luxurious villa with the highest price tag. There's a bathtub in the apartments, but it's completely useless. In order to acquire the most premium vehicles, the most luxurious apartments, cosmetic skins for the protagonist, furnishings, musical tracks, and various other assets encompassing even the premium gacha currency, you will need millions of local money. Those previous activities gave a lot of money, but here you have to work and develop your businesses. There are many ways to earn money in the game, which we will be doing, including after completing the story, alongside clearing the map. It's courier work, saying the faster we deliver the cargo undamaged, the more money we earn. We can race. Each car has its own series. Certainly purchasing the finest car may lead to easy victories, yet achieving all the stars often necessitates choosing a particular vehicle. Therefore, upgrading various rides proves to be a sensible strategy in order to attain success in all aspects of the game. The cafe network is a separate story. Gradually, in different parts of the city, we will open our little cafes and put our gacha heroes to work there. The cafes passively make us money, and collecting it upgrades our cafe network. And this way, new drinks and pastries that will yield more money are also unlocked and upgraded. We have the flexibility to personalize each cafe by altering seating arrangements, rugs, and incorporating figurines obtained from gacha machines, whether purchased, found, or earned, which directly impacts the level of success achieved. And we can also work at this little cafe. A minigame starts where you have to manage to prepare sandwiches and drinks for the guests. Working as a gig driver is the most laid-back and fastest way to earn money. Gradually, your rating in the taxi application increases and you earn more money. The faster you deliver without accidents, the higher your trip rating will be and the more cash you will receive per order. One method to make money is through the act of robbing a financial institution known as pink balls. But since Chinese laws prohibit committing crimes in games, this isn't a real bank robbery, but something like a reality show. You can steal up to $1 million from the bank per week, and you have 15 minutes to get out the maximum amount of money. Enemies will interfere, knocking money out of you, and more cash is located on the lower, more difficult floors. When the 15 minutes end, you can restart. A typical fishing routine is quite straightforward. Catch fish, sell them, and gradually progress through different levels as a fisherman. Each level earned grants a small amount of gacha currency. A cafe with cosplayers or maids featuring intricate designs offers the opportunity to play mahjong with friends or other players. Additionally, there is an arcade nearby for entertainment. You can play Tetris automatically, but only online or with friends, so I couldn't find anyone. And finally, after a side quest with a gacha character where we assembled a girls band in an underground nightclub, a rhythm game opens up where we play the drums, although we can't do it at night. At night, someone performs in the club, but during the day we can rehearse on the drums. The harder the level, the more money we earn. This rhythm game is better than Genshin's because you hear your hits on the drums and you can hear misses, mistakes, or hitting in time with the music. A separate resin is used for all these activities. It's called energy here, but there's plenty of it. The regular resin for dungeon farming, like in Genshin, is also separate. Increasing your earnings will raise your tycoon status. As you progress, new opportunities will slowly become available, including additional ways to make money, and you will also acquire the legendary girl, Cheese, and then duplicates of her for Ascension, and I assume with new districts or cities that will be added in updates, new ways to earn and more expensive apartments will appear, along with furniture with tinkies and the like. As I see it, the most unique and engaging gimmick here is that by obtaining gacha characters, we will raise the bun level, which is increased by interacting with these characters such as at home, and the easiest way is we can give them gifts. There's a favorite gift and a super gift that gives lots of experience right away. You can find these gifts in the city, get them from tasks or buy them. And with this level progression, new interaction possibilities open up. Initially, you can set it so that every time you get into a car, the selected character always gets in with you. The character beside you also has animations that are triggered, and they sometimes speak too. For instance, when we're being chased by the police, Fatty tells us that we need to lose them. And now the biggest fan service. At bond level 4, you can invite the hero to live with you. All their clothes unlock like loungewear and pajamas. Although this is currently only implemented for 4 heroes and you can interact with them in different ways at home. Some interactions unlock as you level up your relationship, while others unlock if you own a specific apartment or have the necessary furniture in it. You can hug the character, run holding hands, or send the character to sleep. Moreover, different characters have different animations for the same action. Each character also has unique interactions. You could play rock paper scissors with Minty, send Fatty to lie in the pool. At that time, the water pistol shooting animation was still available, but it absolutely did not work. You have the option to send Nanali, the first character, to traverse the ceiling or to cleanse her ears. Additionally, you can call upon heroes within the city and engage with them in that location. If the restrictions of the first apartment limited to only 1 character, the luxury option at the highest price point accommodates up to 5 characters. It's ironic that, at present, there are only 4 interactive heroes available. And so the characters will move around the apartment on their own and interact with various objects and react happily to you. Meetings also open up with gacha characters, where we hang out, go to cafes, and chat with them. For example, Fade and I went to the movies, and she was bothering us there. And some even unlock unique cutscenes during dates. We can even just run into the heroes randomly in the city and catch them doing different things. Every hero has their own elements: charms, cosmos, anime, psyche, lakshana, and chaos. Each hero has reactions to different elements. Heroes are damage, survival, or support. I found no healers. Combat is standard Genshin, except for a few quirks. Dashing in place makes the character tumble back. Otherwise, skills and ult are typical. Fatty just has 2 extra skills besides her ultimate. Some characters, such as Anomaly, have the ability to shoot from their fingers instead of using a bow. I didn't see much practical use for it, except for having some fun by knocking out car windows. Additionally, there are 2 distinct VV features included in this scenario. Moving swiftly can sometimes lead to a temporary slowdown in combat. In certain situations, foes may catch fire upon impact, resulting in them being momentarily stunned. This particular phenomenon is most noticeable when battling formidable adversaries. As one character engages in battle, the others build up power, enabling a combo switch. The gameplay follows the progression seen in titles like Genshin Impact and other gacha games. Like Genshin, each star gives 1 standard pool ticket. There are no real weapons, so bows are used instead. It replaces the weapon visually, but upgrades like the ZZ's amplifiers. Instead, we have a console instead of artifacts. First, in dungeons, we must get a round cartridge, and we also farm coins, the special currency in the dungeons. And in the character menu through this console, we open another gacha, which we spin using the coins we have obtained. We get Tetris shapes there, upgrade them to 20 instead of artifacts, and put them in the hero console. I think Zizi's had something similar. We can also awaken the character 6 times through repeats, but the important innovation is that you can choose one of the 6 upgrades at any moment and apply the ones you like best. It gives extra buffs at 3 and 6 awakenings. For resources, you level up the hero's attack, skill, and ultimate separately, plus the support skill, but heroes uniquely have life skills, and absolutely all of them, with the exception of the main hero, have bonuses for working in the coffee shop. Leveling up this skill for the main hero increases the bond level limit with heroes. Only Fatty has an extra skill besides the cafe that gives bonuses for taxi work. I leveled it up and now I earn well in the taxi. And only the girl Hera lacks a bonus for working in the cafe. Her life skill increases earnings from the courier job, and what is also interesting, resources for leveling up life skills can be purchased, but there is a limited quantity of them. Mainly, we get them from dailies, so dailies are more relevant. Dailies here are simply a list of tasks. You complete something and the bar fills up. Leveling dungeons like in Genshin cost the same resin. The only difference is no weekly day limits. You just pick resources, beat enemies, and then you can immediately choose double rewards. The game has the same bosses for farming upgrade resources, but 2 special bosses really impressed me. When you're driving through an underwater tunnel for the first time on your way somewhere, and suddenly a whale appears, carries you off to Antarctica. Then you're driving past colliding skyscrapers and bam, you fight the whale. When you're driving, a ghostly racer suddenly materializes, defying gravity as it speeds along the walls of tunnels and flips a bus. Next thing you know, you're inexplicably teleported to face off against a motorcycle rider in a thrilling battle. Experiencing the initial surprise can be extremely impressive. However, having now divulged the entire plot to you, the impact won't be as startling. Once you encounter them once, they simply become like any other standard boss that you can activate without much fuss. The Endgame has its own abyss, the Ghost Train. You must kill enemies in 10 minutes, get 3 stars on each level, and earn 160 gems for every 3 stars. And finally, the special gacha, which is nicely different from others. First, there is no 50-50 guarantee here. In the event banner, you are 100% guaranteed an event hero after 90 pulls, and this happens every 90 pulls. And the chance increases after the 70th pull. Additionally, at the 50, 120, and 200 pulls, you will receive a glider, a card decal, and a skin specifically for the hero. It's funny that I got all of them from the gacha before they were given to me for free. When they were given to me for free, I just received cashback for them, and I assumed that every event character will come with their own glider, decal, and little skin. Rolling the gacha 200 times is highly rewarding. By doing so, you have the chance to acquire 2 event legendaries, a glider, a decal, and a skin. So, Papadinim. The gacha system can be compared to a board game where you use a die to roll for prizes, and here you can immediately see what you will receive depending on the number that lands on the die. On another account, I literally got the flying glider on the very first roll, which will still be free later. Without stressing, I'm just throwing a 10, but some prefer rolling 1 die. Also, first-time character unlocks trigger a unique appearance animation. The standard banner is here too naturally. Cashback allows you to purchase awesome benefits, such as standard legendary items. When it comes to using arcs as weapons, there is a distinct gacha system with its own form of currency. True, besides gacha, you can immediately buy the legendary item you need for this currency. Ultimately, I liked NTE much more than the recently released hyped Enfield. And I liked Enfield. Anime GTA, a gacha with a ton of characters. That's a truly working idea. I will gladly jump into the game. But it's frustrating that the game will likely be crushed by Ananta. We can't confirm it yet. We don't know when Ananta releases. Maybe they'll postpone it 50 more times. Maybe things aren't going so well for them and NTE is almost ready. In any case, until Ananta is released, we will be playing NTE. By the way, in Ananta, they promise there won't be any gacha. It doesn't change that the games compete directly. Maybe Ananta will be too small for some, so they'll play both. Maybe some will prefer playing the gacha specifically. Anyway, we'll wait and see. For now, we're prepping for NTE's release. Also, the 7 Deadly Sins Genshin is coming out soon. Check out the very detailed review on the channel before it drops. Subscribe to the channel, Telegram, and with you, as usual, was Fomix. Unfortunately, that's all for now. Thank you all. Good luck to everyone. Bye.